here in front of not only your colleagues, but family members, your community, and the leadership of the University of Limpopo. On behalf of South Africans unmandated, let me congratulate you and compliment you for the work that you are doing quietly here in Limpopo, but the work that will have far-reaching consequences and impact throughout the country and the globe. And for that we appreciate, and I'm personally thankful and grateful that you have once again invited me to be here to witness for myself. This and the other, I would have seen it myself. Thank you very much for coming through as well to support the youth of South Africa, the youth of our community, our communities, and the future of our country. I'm going to call on Professor Baloyi. Professor Baloyi, when we met earlier, he said, Mudimu o strong. Mudimu strong, and Opalawe, Namara. I suppose in this context, through Mudimu,
Awisheni, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Madaji, and the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Singh, my esteemed colleague, Professor Mutiba, the head of the Faculty of Health Sciences, our colleagues in the Faculty of Health Sciences. Thank you very much, Mr. Program Director Tate Modise, for this opportunity. My job is so simple. It's to welcome you, which you have been welcome already. It is with full joy that I welcome you all with boundless joy, especially you, the delegates, the parents, and especially the newly qualified graduates who represent the hopes and aspirations of millions of our people across the length and breadth of this country. We welcome you to be conscious of the fact that you have come here propelled by our burning desire to make this country's health work. Later during the proceedings, ladies and gentlemen, we will witness the oath-taking and confirming our newly qualified healthcare professionals. These are the new firebrands who will have to go all out and chant the way forward. You are going to become the armaments of the nation in reducing all the scourges of health which an African faces. You are the solution. The advancement or your confirmation into your professional activity, which is the advancements to the higher position and rank in the society, it carries with it a higher responsibility. Before I could go and sit down, I would like to highlight the progress so far which the Faculty of Health Sciences has had. From the medical undergraduate or the MBCB program, this will be the third oath-taking ceremony. And the progress so far since the medical school has started, out of 21 departments, we have about 10 who have received full accreditation and 8 have received conditional. We have also received 4 additional extra training sites. We are ready for the next HPCSA accreditation next year in March, through which we will also apply for the increase in the enrollment from the current 60 to at least around 120 to 180. And we would like to thank the support of the Department of Health, because all this has been possible because of their unwavering support. Lastly, as you all go out as healthcare professionals, we will be expecting you to be the soldiers on the ground to ensure that the National Health Insurance Program is realized, which all of us have been waiting for, the people have been waiting for. The National Health Insurance is classified as a Schedule III public entity. It aligns with reputable entities like the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research and the Medical Research Council. These entities have demonstrated unqualified audits, and the NHI is expected to operate similarly, fulfilling specific economic and social responsibilities mandated by the government. Contrary to misconceptions, the NHI as a Schedule III entity won't lead to collapse of the private sector. Operating under the Public Finance Management Act, the NHI fund will accredit both public and private facilities, reimbursing them for services. This ensures that the NHI covers reimbursable services without impeding the private sector's operation. The inefficiency and unsustainability of the private sector makes a compelling case for the NHI. The critics argue that the private sector is more efficient, but evidence suggests otherwise. The health market inquiry exposed the private health sector's lack of competition and efficiency, resulting in exorbitant costs. In contrast, the NHI's administration costs are expected to be less than 3%. Concerns about the potential collapse of medical schemes under the NHI are unfounded, as the NHI aims to offer year-round coverage at a reduced cost, addressing the failures of the current system. Addressing concerns about the healthcare quality, the NHI emphasizes certification and accreditation standards. By linking reimbursement to certification, the NHI incentives establishments to enhance compliance and improve services quality, benefiting both the public and private sector. Addressing concerns about healthcare quality, the NHI emphasizes certification and accreditation standards. By linking reimbursement to certification, this improves the services to our people. Acknowledging the historical context of apartheid policies contributing to healthcare challenges, the NHI aims to rectify disparities in access. Despite claims of insufficient funds, other countries with fewer economic resources have successfully implemented NHI. The key lies in optimizing resources allocated to ensure effective NHI implementation and improved healthcare access to all South Africans. The resistance from the health professionals and medical schemes administrators is not new, but similar challenges were overcome when introducing national health services elsewhere. In conclusion, regarding the NHI, as you will be joining as forces who will ensure that the NHI is realized, focusing on accurate information and understanding the NHI's potential impact are essential. As a Schedule III public entity, the NHI operates within a robust framework, and the evidence suggests It provides a sustainable and cost-effective solution for South Africans' health transformation. I would also like to end with concluding by congratulating you for such a hard-earned qualification. Shows your tenacity, your patience. We congratulate you. But remember, the oath-taking reminds you of your predecessors. You are walking on giants' footsteps, the footsteps of Comrade Tiro, the footsteps of Comrade Steve Biko, who were the ethicists, who were very much concerned about the welfare of their people. We expect you to go all out and serve the people the best of your talent you have been given. In those few words, I would like to welcome you to the health fraternity and say to you, you have joined the noble profession, have pride, and serve the citizens to the best of your knowledge. I thank you.
Professor Baloyi, the Director, School of Medicine, for your remarks and also for giving us direction of how the graduates today should view their future and their purpose on the path that they are about to embark on. Now, the event today does have a purpose, and there's a reason why several things are going to happen over the course of this morning. Professor Sithole, Director, School of Healthcare Sciences, please come forward and talk to us.
Ebenezer. Weeping may last for a night, but joy comes in the morning. It's nice to see you being happy like this. It's nice to see you smiling the way you are smiling, dressed to kill. It is beautiful. It is refreshing. To the program director, Mr. Tim Mudise, DVC, Prof. Richard Madaje, DVC, Prof. Jessica Singh, Executive Dean, Prof. Tibuko Motiba, Director Quality Assurance, Dr. Ebingwepe, Director School of Medicine, Prof. Shisana Baloyi, Heads of Department, our beautiful and handsome students, parents, good morning. Mine is to come and tell you why are we here. Now, in trying to outline the purpose of today's ceremony, it is imperative to first elicit the purpose for which the Hippocratic Oath was coded. Written in the 5th century, the Hippocratic Oath is one of the oldest declarations in history. It was meant to be a binding covenant to be upheld by health professionals in the art of medicine and patient care. In the main, it was initially only meant for medical doctors. But in conventional times, this has transposed to also include other health professionals such as optometrists, are you there? Such as nurses, are you there? Such as medical scientists, are you there? Dietitians, are you there? Pharmacists, are you there? Much better. It looks like we only have pharmacists in this place. Now, in the modern times, as you lend me your ear, in modern times, the oath is directly linked to ethics. Are you listening? As you would know, this relates to the values and standards of how healthcare professionals should discharge their responsibilities with full cognizance of right and wrong behaviors. In the light of the ethical principles attached to the Hippocratic Oath, it must be acknowledged that health professionals' knowledge and skills cannot be fully understood by those whom they serve. Therefore, professions depend on the public's trust. Let me repeat that. You must listen to this English and understand it. In the light of the ethical principles attached to the Hippocratic Oath, it must be acknowledged that health professionals' knowledge and skills cannot be fully understood by those whom they serve. Therefore, professions depend on the public's trust. Now, in order to protect the public from practitioners who could take advantage of the vulnerable and to safeguard the trust upon which professional practice is based, the ethical principles linked to the Hippocratic Oath must be observed by all health professionals. And these principles include: 1, beneficence, which expresses that one must strive to do good and to do the best for every patient. This will help to ensure that every patient leaves the practice, if you'll be working in a practice setting, a hospital, your clinic, in a better state than when they first came for consultation, or at the very least, not in a worse condition. When a patient presents to your practice, to your clinic, to your hospital, when they leave, they must not be worse off. If you can't help them, they'd rather go back the way they came in, but not in a worse condition. Non-malfeasance. This relates to ensuring that there must be avoidance of harm to the patients. As a result, this requires balancing the risks and benefits of treatment and making decisions that will optimize the benefits and minimize the risk of harm. Respect for autonomy requires a practitioner to respect the choices and decisions that a patient makes about his or her health. And this involves keeping the patients informed of their condition, treatment choices, and options so that they make informed decisions based on pertinent facts. And of course, the last one would be justice, which entails being fair to all patients in a way that transgresses legal justice. It includes deciding how much time is spent on a patient, how many or what types of resources are devoted to the treatment of the patient, and how this compares to the time and resources distributed to other patients. Now, having considered all these traits of the Hippocratic Oath, this ceremony marks an important occasion that presents an opportunity to all our students sitting here in this hall to make a telling declaration, which you are going to make in no time, thus expressing their commitment to abiding by the guiding principles of the Hippocratic Oath. Essentially, this then becomes the purpose for which we are gathered here this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, our parents, that is the purpose for which we are gathered here this morning. To our beautiful, handsome students, I wish you all the best. You have worked very hard. You deserve it. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you very much, Prof. And those of us who interact with the health and medical professions, as patients, we heard you loudly and clearly. I hope the professionals themselves heard you 3 times more. But keraro ra ba retelang di-clinic le dipetlele le di-surgery. Ne re sa tsebe hore no, we must leave feeling much better than when we came in. So the secret is out. Now we know when you go and consult a doctor or you go to any healthcare center, you can tell the people behind the desk, or I'm here today, but what I would like to see is at the end of the day, I must be better than when I came in. And then we can take it from there. But good luck nevertheless, and we're going to be celebrating you later on this morning. Let me extend a word of welcome to Muswara Teo, moetapele wa healthcare ya Limpopo, MEC Ramutiba. Welcome, man. Right, Tumela, we're very thankful and glad, appreciative that you are with us this morning, and we're going to hear from you later on. And I know that you don't pull your punches. You are widely known and celebrated in this land, in this country. Where's the MEC or health while in Limpopo, man? We have so many challenges and people are not standing up and saying something. Where is somebody in KZN, Eastern Cape, the province, South Africa, so that this one and there is more problem. What about this one? And so it goes, and then she'll deal with it. Now, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Professor Mokgalong, I'm going to call on the Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor responsible for teaching and learning, Professor Madaje, to please come forward and make your remarks. Thank
Program Director, Mr. Mudise. Before we start, I will request the DJ just for a few seconds to play the song Kineilwe. DJ. Thank you very much. I did that deliberately. I wanted you to exercise a bit because you are health professionals. Program Director, Mr. Mudise, the Vice Chancellor in absentia, Professor Mokgalong, the DVC for Research, Innovation and Partnerships, Professor Singh, seated in front with us here, the Honorable Dr. Ramatuba, the MEC of Limpopo Department of Health, Professor Mutiba, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences, and the rest of the executive deans in our midst, directors of school, quality, who is also seated in front here, HODs, all clinicians and academics, the SRC members and all students, parents and relatives, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Good morning. Ndi macheloni. Abushi. Goeiemorgen. It is indeed a great honor for the University of Limpopo to host this ceremony today. At the outset, congratulations are deserved to all the students who will be taking an oath in their various health professions. In the same breath, congratulations are in order to both academic and administrative staff for their hard work in ensuring that our students acquire quality training. I trust Dr. Ramatuba is more than happy today because her department will soon have more staff to employ to improve service delivery in the province and even in the country at large. Dr. Ramatuba has been very supportive to all our health science programs for many years. We are therefore thankful that despite her extremely tight schedule, she always makes time to be with our beautiful students. Can we give her a big round of applause? Our students, in other words, our candidates for today, and all of us, including parents here, and I know you are very proud as parents that you are going to have a doctor in the family, you are going to have an optometrist in the family. Those who used to look down upon you, they are no longer going to do so. You can even go out onto the street as a mother, and you pronounce loudly that my daughter is a medical doctor. And indeed, you must be well behaved in the sense that I can see you have even invited your cousins, your nephews are here, and your siblings also. Elder and younger brothers and sisters are here. The rest of the students, don't feel left out. You are also very important. Some of us can't see well, and we depend on optometrists to see well. And in the medical profession, and even in society, sometimes we tend to look down upon nurses. In my view, don't hit me with stones hereafter. In my view, nurses are very, very important when it comes to the health professions. I'm saying this because if you are admitted at a hospital, well, all these other professionals will come, and you are left behind to be taken care of. By whom? By nurses. They give you all the medication and take care of you in the true sense, in every way. I don't want to reveal everything. So in a nutshell, all of you in this noble profession, you are critical for our well-being. Therefore, we as an institution are proud to have had you as our students. And we tried our best through Professor Baloyi and Prof. Sitole and Prof. Mutiba and Dr. Ramatuba to give you the best training ever. So don't look down upon yourself. You are as good as any professional in the country and even internationally. I should not be taking too long to speak, except to say we are extremely proud of you, and in future, if you think maybe of progressing further to do your higher qualifications, we will still welcome you so that you come back, you do your masters, you specialize, you become a specialist. And as a specialist, the recognition and the pride that you are going to get from society increases. I remember I once went to one specialist. He said, no, bomadaje, ndingasibabone basangothoma baya hadokotela mkene mkene. What I mean is that if you become a specialist, you are at the top. And you cannot just see them without having gone through you as medical doctors. So you are very important, and soon some of you are going to become academic doctors, and we would welcome you to come back so that in 2 or 3 years' time, you will be replacing Professor Baloyi. You will be replacing Dr. Well, I don't want to mention him. He might think I don't respect him. I do. And I don't want him to be replaced. I want him to stay there for quite some time. But in a nutshell, we are very happy for you, and I trust everybody is happy for you, and we can only wish you the best in your profession. And when I'm on a queue at a pharmacy, I feel so happy when I see a tag on your chest written University of Limpopo. A week ago, I went to a pharmacy, and the student there, or the intern, had the tag written University of Limpopo. If it is one of you, raise your hand, but don't do it because the Ocratic oath says we have to be confidential. Once again, congratulations, the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Ramatuba, and the rest of us. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Program Director, thank you very much.
Professor Madaja, you left some unfinished business here. You started with Kenelo and then left it halfway. And I think the students were expecting, in conclusion, let's go back to Kenelo and finish our business. So for a moment, I suspected that that was what was going to happen, but it did not happen. But I think we'll talk to the DJ or later on. I must bring that song back, and then let's get on with the business so we can take it to its conclusion. The keynote address this morning is going to be made by the MEC of Health, Limpopo, as I've said. A very popular, if I must say, and I'm repeating myself, Dr. Popi Ramatuba, who's here with us, and one of the main sponsors of this faculty and one of the people who conceptualized the visionaries who said, we are going to make sure that we have this department, this faculty at the University of Limpopo, and we're going to pull out all strings to make sure that the community, the residents, the citizens who live in Limpopo, at least, even though others come from elsewhere in the country, do have their own medical school, and that's why we are here today. So she's not speaking as somebody who was parachuted in, something that's happening at the University of Limpopo, but she's one of the prime movers behind what we are celebrating here this morning. And MEC, Dr. Poppy Ramaktuba, please come forward and talk to your people. Raleigh.
Thank you very much, Program Director, Ntate Team Modise, on behalf of our Vice Chancellor, Professor Madaji, Professor Singh, the Head of School of Medicine, our Director, Professor Baloyi, Professor Stole, and all the other academics that I will not have to mention by names. But what is most importantly, it's all our students who are here today, who are now about to cease to become undergraduate students. The next time we address you as students, you probably will be postgraduates. Your parents, your family members who are here, good morning, Abusheni, Tobela, Ahe, Rishile, Sealocha, Huyemore. It is my singular honor and privilege, Program Director. Oh, I forgot the boss here, Professor Mutiba. It's because I'm sitting, I'm just worried as I was reading, Tim, it's this testosterone. I even forget the only estrogen that is there, which is the boss, by the way. It is my singular honor and privilege to address this oath-taking ceremony of this prestigious institution, which has got a very strong history in the politics of this country. On behalf of the Department of Health and the Limpopo government, we want to take this opportunity to once more send special greetings and gratitude to the entire community and also to the university for these invitations, the generous one for that matter. Today, for us as the department, as you have heard colleagues who spoke before me, it's a great day and it's signifying a great milestone. The milestone that we celebrate today started with gentle steps a few years ago. Today, here we are. To the medical students, you are the third grouping since we established this medical school. There were those doomsayers who said in 2016, when the first group was admitted, to say, "Alimutsebi popi, upapa hampi. This thing is going to collapse." Lebo mukhalong bahai. I think Prof. Baloyi was there at that time. He left and he's back again. We were with the likes of Prof. Mokhotlane, may his soul rest in peace, who gave clear instruction. This thing must never die. And we took that advice and we worked together. Sometimes we fight with Bomadaje there, because you know me, when things don't happen my way, I tend to jump. But I'm glad now we find each other and we know where we want to. That's why you are here. Sometimes when they say Popo half, you wouldn't be here if Nixa half. You are here today. We had to go to HPCSA and make certain demands. But we are happy to say we were fighting for a good cause. We were saying as a country, it's 30 years today into democracy. There was never at that time any medical school that was established by this government. All the medical school you talk about were all established pre-1994. So there was no way. We had to fight and make sure it's there. Today it's still here. So you must consider yourself very lucky. And we were saying we are coming into a university that's got a history of producing pharmacists. So why is it difficult to produce medical doctors when already we are producing pharmacists, when already we are producing optometrists, when we are already producing dietitians, and we are already producing, I think it's optometrists, it's nurses, and all the health sciences. Let's build on what we are having. And we can't stop here. My friend Dr. Ngwepe, we can't stop here. We still need to continue. The oral health must also start to produce in this part. We have seen the wonders that we're doing there in our oral health, maxillofacial. You have seen what we can do. A rural province like ours, we are able to do that. So that is why we're saying we must continue and not stop today. So this investment that the province has made for us, it's something that we will continue to be proud of. When we supported this university, we know it's about supporting the healthcare. And I know we have cultivated a progressive and productive partnership with the University of Limpopo. As I've indicated, when we encounter challenges, we confront them together and as a unit, and we refuse to be divided. And we continue to say, as long as we are given the responsibility to lead the people of this province, we will make sure that, yes, indeed, the Department of Health and the University of Limpopo remains one. Where intervention are sought, we always make sure we intervene and make sure we get this using the best of our ability. We were always guided by the common interest through these years to make sure not just the School of Medicine is a success, but all the other schools within the Faculty of Health Sciences. We always believe in you, and we still do, and we believe in this university. And we know that this university is the future. Some might think it's the past, but we believe that it is the future, especially when you look at the type of the doctors that we are producing, the type of the nurses that we are producing. When we take you to Skororo Hospital to do your practicals, when Prof. Senga take you to the deep rural areas of Jane First to go and do your clinical practicals, whether you are an optometrist or your nurse, they are doing that because they want to produce the type of doctor who will understand the material conditions of the people on the ground. It doesn't assist you to be taking you to Petersburg only where you continue to see robots. We must also take you where there are no robots so that you appreciate. Because Tim, if I need to be honest with you, I come from this field of this profession. That's why Professor Baloyi insisted that ahuna chepi today, you must wear a clinical coat and show your students what it's how doctors must dress. Hence you see me dressed like this. I know you. As you were growing up, you can see them. They've sacrificed so much. You know poverty. You know there were times wherein they will go without food to make sure you go to school. They will make sure they sell bananas, potatoes, ba bangwe dikarata tsa bona di ko machonisa to make sure you get that degree. The moment you get that degree, hey, it was my hard work. Hard work without this support system from the community will never give you what you have today. Yes, you were hard workers, but you had the support. They might not be millionaires, they might be working class parents, but they have made sure that you get what you are today. So most of you, when you complete and finish, and you start working, you forget gore you letswa kae. Firstly, when you're dealing with those patients, you know, Prof. Baloyi, I'm not sure if he remembers this, they used to tell us when we were the then Medunza, that when you are doing internal medicine, during internal medicine, and I think this story, Prof. Mpe used to love it, that you have a patient, you know where Fort Tracker Hospital is, where I worked, and I know some of you have done family medicine there. You know, you are from Hungry Kitlana, you know where Hungry Kitlana is. So the patient will be coming from Hungry Kitlana to collect a BP medication. This patient, Lunari pharmacist, would have started at the clinic, and clinic, they will tell her there's no medication. That's the story I used to be told, and every medical nursing student, health science students, I was told I must tell wherever I come across. From Hungry Kitlana, we are clinic, where there's no medication. After being told there's no medication, the patient will wait, will wait for the day of the grant. Tšatši le ba hwetšang mondende bo koko bale, ke gona ba kgona go kry-a tšhelete ya go patela ya go namela bus, and bus e ka se ba iše George Masebe ka gore ha e kwa e ya toropong Mokopane, and I fitli a ya ka Mokopane sepetlele ka Magwelereng e ya ka toropong ya ba folosa ko bus station. The nearest hospital they can walk to, which is 7 kilometers from the bus station, ke Fort Tracker. Ha ba fitla kwa ba kry-a security guard, a eme fa a thomo ba botšiša ka gore matšatši a ke a sheka Prof. Mutiba, we have got security guards who have converted themselves to triage patients. I'm not sure which medical school that they're coming from. Because if they are able to tell this patient, or whenever it's only nurses who can triage patient and say, this one cannot, this one deserves to be seen, this one's a priority 1 or a priority 2. Our security are namachachia at the clinic, say ba triage the patients. Because if they knew their space, they was going to say, we allow you as a patient to go in, doctor. What we are here is to protect and guard this institution. If they don't trust you, they will follow you and see whether indeed you are going to be seen by the doctor or by the nurse without chasing you from the gate. Aba fitla ba tšee koko wa Modimo. Ba mmotše le sekgowa se ba sa se kwešišeng gore se tšwa kae. We are not undermining them, but we are simply saying they must know their space. Because the mistake that they are doing continue to cost me lives. When you as security guard and say you can't open this clinic, you are triaging this patient and the patient die, that life will never come back. So that's why I get angry, not because I'm undermining the profession here with security. We are safe because of them, so they must focus on putting safety, not triaging our patients. When the poor kuku ha fediche, o a tsena ka kwa o kry-a nurse. A shiba ba graduate my BK. O thoma ko filing. Ko filing timba mutsa the file is lost. What does it mean to her? It's an granny for the past 10 years ke phaka dipilisi tše ha tsebe lebitso la tšona. So today doctor o ra re tshwantse a thome afresh. Ba mmeye mo le stulong. O tsoile ka 4 by the way. AM. Only 2 weeks has a new medication. Because of what? Clinic I na ditlhare. Because of what? Lona le graduate a modi pharmacist. Ala deliver a ditlhare ko di clinic. Le diuchi ko di petlele le raloka solitary. Tale butša nnete. Finally a new file is created. Go with that stress. It's a new file. Uyo bona nurse sister o bethile di epilepsy o fetša o tswa oath taking graduate. Fitla kwa tshwantse a tseye blood pressure re 220 over 160. A ke re a sekgale a passitše exam. O beya matsogo mo nnokeng, sister man. A re koko, le feditše neng o nwa dihlare? Koko a re ke na le beke tše pedi. Mara keng le a kwa mara. Le a theeletša ba le botša. Ba re le dihlare tše di ntšewa every day. A gona tšatši le o tshelang. Why did you stop taking this medication? Poli cheramini unwa mshonga. Why minga twi mara ngwena ba ka hina makarata man? What is happening to that blood pressure? It's going up again. Then the next thing kukwasa emi ona mo wicha doctor tla o bone mo re bonele le doctor le yona e fetse o tsia o thule yona fitla kwa le yona. Hey, Mara, no. Here, you see, sister, what can we do about this? There's nothing we can do. Wase khoa. Mo pela kuku. Kuku a fetša wa collapse. Has no collapse re ema. A kere ke internal ne ibiditšwe. Ke gona ba nyaka Cindy ya ba no. A re bitšeng bo professor Balori, the patient uno re tlaba. A o sa bolelwa sekgowa uno re tlaba. Mokhekulu collapse mo. Hai uno re tlaba uno utla. A le bolele nnete. A le fetša le re se modimo a re fileng modimo tšere. O tšere lena. Le mo pushitša kere. Modimo has given you a chance to look after Granny, and it might sound like a joke, but this is the reality that our people are faced with because of us, with our attitude. So we are here today without wasting your time, but I was told I'm a keynote. So keynote, you must provide a keynote. We're saying access to quality health care should not be dependent on who you are. And when I arrived here, Prof. Baloyi was giving unpacking why we even need the national health insurance, so that all our people can have quality and access to health. Prof. Baloyi, if really I had those powers of changing the bill, I can tell you my approach on NHI would say all the healthcare professionals must be subcontracted directly with the NHI, not employed by the state. We should employ the cleaner, the groundsman, and Luna, body doctor, body physio, you should be direct contracted. Because you know when a patient arrives in the hospital, we take forever to attend to that patient. Imagine, out ko net care. About a patient ya Dr. Ramatuba. Haka sitle 2 minutes, another doctor will kill. Because why? They know they must claim. That's how they get paid. Lele na ko dipetlele tša rena, imagine. Bo kuku ne little tsora ke dinga ka 100 at the same time. So it takes forever. Operation ipila postponilwe. Every time today we will be told the aircon plant, chiller plant. Tomorrow we are told there's no the theater nurse. Today we are told, but if really we knew that's where our bread and butter is directed, hey, there were not going to be long queues. Patients were going to be seen, because without seeing those patients, end of the month, nothing. So currently what happens, whether utsodra locum or umerekong, PESAL will run. So we must reach an era where PESAL doesn't run that easy. Because we need that quality. They deserve that. So for me, I'm saying, if we were to ask ourselves what Comrade Ernesto Che Guevara, whom I know many of you have read his books, he once said, open quote, "The life of a single human being, it's worth 1,000,000 times more than all properties of the richest man on earth. Far more important than good remuneration is the pride of saving one's neighbor. Much more definitive and much more lasting then all the gold that one can accumulate is the gratitude of the people. And each doctor, within the cycle of his activities, can and must accumulate that valuable treasure, gratitude of the people. That's all you must remember. You know, I can tell you, those of you who will be starting to work in casualty, you will see a patient who comes with GCS glaucoma scale of 4 or 3. When you are in that rural area, how what to do. Usually when we phone a Professor Senga at that time, when it's 4, they ask, the surgeons ask you, what is the GCS? When we say 4, but there's no bed in ICU. Let me advise you, don't stop, resuscitate that patient. It has happened to some of us many times. In George Masebe, with nothing, with no support system, we resuscitated when the GCS comes to 13, 14, and we call, but yeah, we just got a bed. That's what they will do, because they don't want you to bring mortality to them. So, but don't stop. Professor Mukhokong used to tell us, if you are a doctor and it reaches a stage wherein, when you are called by a nurse, that there's a patient who has changed condition, is gasping, wara ifang oxygen, leave medicine. When you are told that there is a patient who has changed condition, where your take is run to the hospital, resuscitate. You only stop when God says it's enough. We are not God. Even though we know some of us as politicians, policy makers, administrators, we have turned our doctors to be God. Because let's say there's only one ICU bed team, one ICU bed in a hospital, and you and your wife are in an accident, both had injuries. We must admit one. So when you find a doctor like me, I'll prefer your wife. And that's being God, because I'm deciding on your life to say, for you, I'll call Baruti. Because for obvious reasons. If your wife demised, what am I going to tell your children? Most of the children here are raised by single mothers. Not that there are no single fathers, but I'm just saying in majority. We always look at the majority. Most of women will look after the children. We even wear rope for the whole 2 years so that hey, you come here, there's danger. Why this to protect. So the pensions how do you save? But if I admit you and leave the wife to die, another woman comes in. Make sure that my children don't even see my pension. Actually, ko funeraling antse re bolela hore re le opela ka nna ba setse ba fotse line hore we are next on the queue. So that's why we are saying it's only us as department sometimes who are unfair to you when we don't provide enough resources. We are saying you must be God, because it's only God who decides who dies when. But we are working on that. That's why we want many of you to come to the profession. So I'm challenging you to say, prefer to work in those rural areas. Don't change who you are. Don't start ubonabo mabas sababali. You understand better. Students who study in this university must be revolutionary and patriotic in their mind. You should prefer to go where others don't want to go, because you know where you are coming from. You know, most of the time when you want a bursary and a job, you always say, I want to serve my community. The moment you get that job, you start school. Let's now start to change our mindset. I know you guys have been trained by the best. Some of your teachers have been my teachers. Therefore, if you think I am a better person, you can even be best. It is within you. Life is about choices. You have reached a stage wherein we've given you the primary degree. You need to move on and continue to learn. Even those who decide to be GPs, please don't be medical observers. Continue to study. That's why we've got continuous professional development. Don't buy certificates. Don't buy CPD points. Go and learn. Because utlo makala tšatši le lengwe after about 10 years, when you are in a hospital, we don't know whether you can dope, whether you can cut, you become an observer. Le manese ba bolela ka wena. Ha o na le complication, ba re ha e le Ramathuba, don't call her. We rather see how to finish on our own. Including even the nurses. When we throw you in the deep end of clinics, continue to develop yourself. Because manese ya ko di clinic, unfortunately, Prof. Mutiba, they don't continue to learn. That is why we are told every day, there is no medication. When I go to those clinics, I found very ahuna ampicillin. I'm just giving a simple one. Very ahuna ampicillin, maruna li amoxicillin. I couldn't know this because it's still fresh. After 10 years, this thing, what was very funny, there was no erythromycin, but there was azithromycin in one clinic. You know, and then I asked, you might have seen that story, where I was asking, you are saying, they are made doctors by association. Habare unali azithromycin, ahuna erythromycin, hosonali go tshwere Ross-Roy, warakina koloi because Tez is not there. Tez, ayo. I get say Corella, Grau Corolla, but Timba Kushadi Tez, ki age yabo. Mututori X5 fika mo graching. Arawa auna motor. He going bar Tezele sinye. Bar can't X5 as a motor Renagates. Why? Because we don't continuously develop ourselves. You know, we continue to bring new medications, there's new development, there's new approach because diseases are emerging. You know, when we were in medical school, our teachers used to tell us they never studied HIV and AIDS. Now I'm saying to you, I never studied COVID-19. Luna Lilina, you will tell others you never studied. I started dealing with COVID when I was having to provide leadership on saving lives. If I was not a studying person who continued to read, you think I would be having that knowledge? Your Mujolo sleeps better when you are vaccinated. So those who don't understand where is it coming from, the concept, you will understand this is a person who reads, who end up developing new concepts. How would we have known makarapa dulanko mahwe, mo haye le re tlogele? Because we wanted to save the elderly. People who don't understand why we were simplifying those. We did that because we continuously study and continuously learning. So this is what I'm appealing to you. Don't say now you're going to throw away your books. So if you continue to learn, we want to see ourselves reaching as a province maternal death, which is less than 70 per 100,000 deliveries. If you want to be loved by Prof. Baloyi and myself, achieve this. We want to eradicate malaria in our lifetime. We want to eradicate TB, AIDS, and an HIV-free generation. Must start with us. That's why we're saying we're challenging you to go back to school and do research and more study. People ask us, why did you get COVID-19 vaccines within 18 months, whereas all these other diseases, we are struggling? It's because COVID-19, when it entered the country, it went to UK, it started with the then Prime Minister. You remember, he was admitted. That's why when he came out of the hospital, he called all the people, hey, put all the money. It was affecting capital. They thought it will deal with the poor. That's why when it deals with the rich, we were all putting our heads together. It didn't care, actually, Bonya Mukamadi, COVID yes ababulai. It wanted the middle strata and the rich. It will hit you. Wabuta maka warakina yona COVID unalion. That's how God was trying to tell you that diseases do not care about the size of your pocket. So let's now start, because we understand our poverty, let's go and find malaria treatment, malaria vaccination, because we know it's affecting our people of Limpopo. Let's go and deal with all socioeconomic challenges. As I'm about to conclude, let me also challenge you to say, do not go and be staying in your consulting room in that rural municipality and think things will be fine. We were running around at Hammanskraal because of water. we end up with that cholera that taken how many lives? Why would people die of cholera in this day and age? It's because Rena, as doctors, we don't go and participate in IDPs. Go and check with your municipality inspectors. Are they testing the water? Don't be an employee of Department of Disease, but that of health. So preventative health care must be at the top of your agenda, especially when you are still fresh with all the knowledge. That's what Che Guevara has done. He didn't sit in the consulting room and complain about shortage of doctors. He went out to the community and started dealing with challenges. When he realized these challenges are too many, he then took a gun and became a soldier and fight for the liberation of the Cuban people. Today, Cuba leads and tops in terms of a number of health achievements. Their life expectancy, it's far much ahead of those countries that believes they are rich. Even those that have put an embargo on them, with sanctions on them, they are doing very well. There's no pregnant woman who is delivering a child while she's HIV positive and a child is positive. Those are the things that you can do and be able to achieve. So as I'm concluding, I'm saying, today it's your oath taking. Hippocratic oath, it's an oath that you are making a commitment with yourself and your inner person, that I'm not going to be policed. There are no longer lecturers behind me to see if I've passed the test or I've done. There is me and my conscience. When it comes to a patient, it's me and my conscience. And I will do everything in my power to protect my patients. And I will not allow anything, whether it's my religion, even if my religion says you cannot do safe termination, try to find a way on getting somebody who can do the safe termination. Because if you don't do that, she's going to a back street and get chimurenga and do all sorts of things, and the poor woman will come back to you with an sepsis, or you will have to do hysterectomy if she's lucky, or she will come to die in your casualty, which you could have prevented. But because wena usabulela ka bozalwane ba hao, I've been done, so you can't argue with me about the Bible. So we're saying, whatever you do, you must remember this day, every day at your work. History is recording this oath-taking ceremony with your names, and will remind you the day when you get it wrong. And lastly, where I should have started, congratulations to all of you. You have studied very hard. Congratulations, it's not easy. I know it's not easy. Some of you at some stage, you might have wanted to give up, but you continue. Whatever zeal that has pushed you this far will still push you even far much more better and to greater heights. I would want to request all the ladies to rise. All the ladies. Yo, nana, yo. We can take our seats. When they said the female is future, this is what they mean. We are having so many women who are graduating, who are taking an oath today. They will still graduate. Tim, you will agree with me what I said when you were here chairing a program with the previous group. I have told you that we are getting more and more young women. Girl child is becoming much more brilliant than the boy child. The girl child is going through school until grade 12. If you check what Ma'am Angie is coming up with statistics, you will realize that more boys are dropping before they get to grade 12. University, it's even worse. Now in health sciences, it's even worse. Now I'm coming to my point. Lena Batswad, before I sit down, if I don't mention this, I won't sleep peacefully. Prof. Mutiba Watsib. The parents who are sitting there, your degree is your first husband. a ke re bomme a ke nyake ke nyaka bomme ke a le boella ko bona. You were telling them gore monna wa hao wa mathomo ke thuto. Batswadi baka bana ba lena ba le theeleditše ba le file mogatša a bona o ne le monyaka mo lebogeng mamotla. Ha le fetša go leboga this husband, la mona this husband a ka tsoge a ba bethile le letšatši la mohlolo, a ka se tsoge a ba tšeetše khati ya bona ya bankeng, a ka se tsoge a rile mo bona ba ska le agela ntlo, a ka se tsoge a rile ko bona ba ska ba le rekela memotoro. Monno wa bona today o lentšha bodidi, monno wa bona o boita jone ba budza ba bana babo uri munna wa u thoma ndi tshikolo ndi pfunzo, bana bo mudisa namusi. Vhaṅwe bana babo afha ba pfi bo doctor nyi bo ḓa vha tshifimisi zwino vha pfi bo doctor. I don't want to hear any of you parents next time asking unyalwa neng. A ke nyako e kwa ewe ka bona le matsoa bona a fukutšeile because they've already started. You have already started to ask these girls when are they getting married. Batla motšea kae monna ka gore le a bona thaka tša bona ba tšhaba sekolo. Ka mo le a bona ke bannyana. Unless le re boela tšele tša kgale tša gore o mo iwane mo o tlo nyala 7. Life is expensive. So le tshwantse le understand ngwana lena ha ka se le tlišetše motho a re ke mokgonyane, don't ask her the question. If you ask that question, this daughter of yours, they are going to pick up any Lazaro from the street, ba mo tlhapisa ba mo pesa sutu ba mo reketše ba mo introduce ko lena. And la tseba gore what will happen? I said this last year, hardly 3 months after saying it, I buried another doctor. I'm saying it again. Ke kgopela se ka ba ka group ya lena batho ba modimo. Can one group listen? I said it the previous year. I buried a doctor. Who killed those doctors? The so-called loved ones. Why? Because lena bomma le re nyaka lenyalo ka mo motseng. Le lena le nyaka ho be le o dira di party la khotsofala ka tsona tša di graduation. They are enough. But today, a ka le nyaka di square keeper sa society. Se tliše di muffin. Aba se tliše today ngwana o feditše sekolo. Le dire mokete le emise o tla address. Ka May. Yes. Ka May. Le dire mokete o mongwe wa di graduations emise o tla address. Ha ba le botšiša bana ba ka gore kgante ko wena mang. O gane ele ya bo miss o re doctor o na to tsebang gore o nyetšwa wa nyalo. Ke mang a tsebang gore ke nyetšwa ra ka nyalo. Doctor title hitiba matata kamuka. You have made your own title. Do not feel to be under pressure to get married because of your parents. Because bana ba ba le theeletša, that's why ba le mo. Parents ke al rapela. Ewe yona I stop ewe. I stop ka gore the moment a utlela le Lazaro eo, ha tshwentša ye mmerekong, o re ke o bona molwetši. Lazaro o re ke a mokhapa. Ha doctor ngwe ya monna I phone ore we have got a complication e tla o thushe re ya theater o thomile ka sekgowa sa hao. Ke dilong tsona tše o bolelang ka tsona. Ha bolela when the poor girl speak about the language ya bona ya di doctor, hey, you know we didn't have ciprofloxacin and I didn't know how to treat, but wa bona o thomile. Khanti if at least o tikrechi lawyer re gae o tla re wena o bolela tšo le yena bolela ka a difficult case ore impetamp that judge the way is it a bolela le tin la rutana ho na le engineer ha o tla bolela tša gae tša di engineering accountant tla bolela tša bo yona ana o topile Lazaro mo tsileng a dropileng out. It's a dropout that killed one of our interns here who was greedy and jealous and even sent a message to the mother. 17 days, when we go to court, we listen and hear these things. 17 days into employment, after oath taking, he took her life. How brutal it is. So, kile na batswadi. So, na ke al rapela batswadi, bana ba lena ba lefile di-degree le lena ba bashimane tšatši le o decidang gore wa nyala if o so ba ready le o nyala o se ka nyala tšatši le o be leng ready go nyala ga ko lenyalong ba re lebitla la mosadi ke bogadi o re ke ko mabitleng ke ra ba lelaya ba bolela so ba re the grave of your wife it's a ona mosadi a bolokwang ka mo bogading le lena ba kgekola ke gopole I've buried my grandmothers, all of them. None of them were buried in their in-laws. They are with my grandfathers at the graveyard. Because how badly so when you no longer love her, you can't divorce her. Because you were told till death to apart. So you fast-tracked her death. So that you can fulfill the love. Look, you have studied, all of you here. A nurse was killed by a boyfriend. There, I went to bury. Another nurse, Mulechi, I went to bury. Another nurse, Kobembe. Social workers, all of you are killed in the name of love. Bona, you have done anatomy. You have done physiology. Which chamber of the heart is responsible for love? Which chamber? I'm with my professors here. I don't remember any of you teaching these young people when it comes to the right atrium, that's where it's responsible to love. The love is here. It's all mentally. You look at a person, you feel attracted, you fall in love. You call it love. It's feelings. It's not here. Here we pump heart. We pump blood. So anyone who tells you, hey, my heart, there's no such. It's here. So that is why you can fall out of love, because it's here. You can't today attractive, after some times I'm no longer attractive. Be allowed to live. Normalize divorce. Baruti balili mo, to divorce is normal. It's not only to be married which is normal. We wish we cannot divorce. We wish there was no divorce. But it's there and it's real. And we must accept it. People fall out of love because it's in their mind to fall in love. When they fall out of love, ba supporting. When a woman, it comes to you, your child, better. Do not sit down, little resolve matata are violent. You are not police. You are not psychiatrist. Because a man who beat a woman has got mental disorder. Refer that person to police or to psychiatrist. Litlogolo dula lebo ragadi bo makhazi ba do solve mathad ba hahani ba ta silungisa. Minga lungisa nchumu mita ona. Ngwana bana ba lena shiba ba lefile di degree. Are ba celebrating le banna ba bona ba mmamutla ewe gospel ke tlo I preacher matšatši a ba sa mmema le manyalong because ba mmema manyalong ke a ibolela gore sesi le buti normalize divorce ska theeletša baruti ba ke a leboga
MEC, now you did get it off your chest. And thanks very much for your remarks. I'm told there's a streaming that's taking place on Facebook and elsewhere. So, whether they agree with you or not is another matter. I'm not sure the parents who are here were generally happy with the last remarks, but these are the modern times. Be that as it may, thank you very much for being here and addressing all the key points that you addressed and giving us a very inspired speech, as always. And that's why In some provinces, if they could, they would borrow you as well and say, okay, in this particular part of the country, we've got this type of problem. MEC Ramotuba we bona yang e taba ka re ra pallo. O bona le go Gauteng kwa. Are you sure we should have mapanya or not? We don't know, frankly. But that's an issue that we have. We don't know what to do. The hijacked buildings in our city, Joburg. We reside there, but we are not sure. Generally speaking, there's no clear direction or what must we do. It's just but an example. Now we are coming to the real business of the day, and that is oath taking. I couldn't read this morning. I didn't bring my glasses with. And somebody attached to your unit of optometry said, who said, we can't fix your eyes in Polokwane there and then in Mankoeng at the university. We'll do it with immediate effect. And that's why I'm wearing these glasses this morning. So that's where tuto is very important now. Imagine this thing. So let's deal with the Bachelor of Optometry. Dr. Sukati, please come forward.
Thank you, Program Director. We heard you, MEC, loud and clear that the girl child must focus on their primary responsibilities at work and frontals, that's all, no relationships. To the Vice Chancellor in absentia, MEC of Health, Dr. Poppy Ramatuba, Vice Chancellors present here, Executive Deans in our midst, the Director of Quality Assurance, Directors of both schools, fellow HODs, staff members, parents, our sponsors, our stakeholders, and the students, all protocol observed. Sanbonani, Nejani, Siapilanate. It's an honor that we are standing here. I think another year, it's another milestone that we have achieved as the Department of Optometry. And we continue to grow and will continue to strive. MEC, in your keynote address, I was listening very carefully. The optometry profession was mentioned numerous times to show that we are taken very serious. We also have at the last stages of our new curriculum, hoping the university management will allow me to see through it that it's implemented properly. Because we started this journey as I came in. It will be incorporating the therapeutics. And I think, I think as you are touching on aspects of service delivery, that patients, they travel long distances, or they need to travel from Bela Bela to Mankweng to get an eye drop. I think it needs to come to a stop. You also touched on the NHI and what it will assist our communities, particularly the poor in our respective communities. We as primary healthcare professions, we belong there. There is a role that optometrists can play. I always use this from the Bible. The Lord said in the beginning, let there be light. I just want to plead with the optometrists that are going out there. Go out there, be a light. At your workplace, to the communities that you serve. Stay humble, respect. The people that are sitting behind you currently, as it has been mentioned, they've played a huge role. You will go out there and they will say, buy a BMW, do that. You know where you're coming from. You know your situation at home. What different? There are those who don't have responsibilities. They are going to tell you about black tax. There isn't nothing like that according to me. Your parents have sacrificed a lot. Some of them today, they have nothing. So as you go back home, you go and say to them, thank you. Us as black people, we have got this tendency that we go into funerals and we thank people when they are already gone. They don't need a present or whatsoever, just say thank you. So as we move forward, on behalf of also of Optometry once again, we'd like to extend our sincere appreciation to the continued support of the upper echelons of this university, our stakeholders, in particular the Department of Health, MEC. I think you've provided us with platforms to provide training, quality training and exposure to our students. Hence today we are proud to say the optometry class of 2023, we have produced competent and efficient optometrists. I would like to therefore congratulate you, the optometry class, and ask you to stand up and raise your right hand so that we can take the Hippocratic oath. Please follow after me. I, Velibante Sugati, herewith solemnly declare that can we be alive? I, Velibante Sugati, herewith solemnly declare that above all else, my first consideration will be the well-being of my patients. Irrespective of race, gender, religious, and political persuasion, affiliations. I will exercise my profession to the best of my knowledge and ability. For the safety and welfare of my patients and for the health and well-being of the community. I will actively guard against all human rights abuses. I will strive for good relations with my patient based on respect, communication, and trust. I will not improperly divulge any patient's confidence. I will give my patients complete information about their treatment possibilities and maintain the value of informed consent. I will consult with or refer to my colleagues when necessary. I will constantly maintain and improve my professional skills. I will promote ethical standards in community engagement, including research, education, training, and service. I will always uphold the good name and tradition of my university. And promote its welfare. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you. You may be seated.
Congratulations. The Bachelor of Science in Medical Sciences, you are next. Mr. SSR Choma, please come forward.
Kuchilele kwanga ungatori ndi movie. Uchilo hanga ungatori ndi movie. Usa mbibi ungatori filemu. Kuchilele kwanga ungatori ndi movie. Vane basa mbibi bangatori filemu. Kuchilele kwanga ungatori ndi movie. Vane basa mbibi bangatori filemu.
Thank you, Program Director. I don't want to, for the sake of time, I will not repeat the list of people Dr. Sugati mentioned. I will just say all protocol observed. I will just have to talk maybe for 2 minutes for the sake of time. And then as a notice, please know that I'm a scientist. I speak and talk like a scientist. And a scientist always make reference of whatever he's doing. And let me so remind you of an event that happened here 6 years ago. For some it's 7 years. 4 years ago, for some it might be 5 or 6. And it was Know Your Faculty Day. And in that event, I raised the question that as you come here as first year students, how should we view you? As clients or as samples? And just to accommodate addressing social injustice, we'll consider you as clients. But let me give you a history of what happened to you since you came here. When you went to the lectures, to the clinics, to the wards, to me as a scientist, I saw a reaction vessel. When you spent 4 years, 6 years at this university, to me, I saw incubation period. When you registered those modules in optometry, MBCHB, to me, I saw functional groups. And the executive dean and the executive management, I think if you take your eyes and look at the students, I'm rest assured that you can see the functional group of beauty. They are not the same as they were 6 years ago and 4 years ago. And today, just to save time, I think we have a functional group of ethics that we have to address. And with that, I would like to ask medical science students and staff members to stand up so that we can help you to take oath. And maybe before I start, when I read my name, please don't repeat my name, read yours. Okay. So I, Solomon Samon Rampai Choma, solemnly declare that I will use my scientific skills to benefit society, provide a service founded on personal integrity and unwavering respect for the truth. I will treat my patients or research participants' medical findings with confidentiality. I will ensure a safe working environment for myself and my colleagues. Above all, I will always be loyal to my medical sciences profession. And comply with the regulations governing the medical sciences profession. From the Health Professional Council of South Africa. Okay, thank you. You can sit.
Guys, maybe next 702.9 African Dura, man, hitting bag and pan. La rocker, la tosca, la flow, no machine, no limit, but like a partner, man, exhala, fantastic, the shitty, this evolution, no shit, like so, man. 26 months that you're a time tribe, man. I wanna, what? She's my lume, but the night to my lume, the pipe, my lume, I say, my lume.
Mr. Choma, thank you very much, and congratulations to the oath-taking students in the category of Bachelor of Science in Medical Sciences. Professor Abu Pape, please come forward. And this category is Bachelor of Nursing Sciences.
Cassandra, eventually bob to be rara. Monokiski me wa fila ba, shanali bale ba pula ba, pila le mazulu kiri basada, sada kiri basada, sada.
Thank you, Program Director, and greetings. First to our Program Director. I would also like to say my greetings to the Vice Chancellor in absentia, to our MEC, Dr. Ramaptuba, DVC Research and Innovation, Professor Singh, DVC Teaching and Learning and Assessment, Prof. Madaji, Directors of School, Director for Quality Assurance, HODs, fellow academics and support staff, parents, sponsors, and to our guests of honor, the students. As a professional nurse standing here in front of you, I believe that we have heard, together with my colleagues that side, we have heard what Prof. Madache has said. He indicated that we are the most professional, the most important professional, healthcare professionals. And I believe we take that
We say we accept that. And again, Dr. Ramatuba has indicated that we have, as professional nurses, because when we talk of the clinics, we are talking about the professional nurses, and that's who you are today. It means that it is us who are giving the security guards at the clinics the permission to screen our patients. And we have heard that. I always say that in most cases, lack of knowledge is the one that leads us not to do the right things. I believe that you have learned. Throughout this 4 years journey, you have learned, you have acquired knowledge. And when you go there, out there to the community, we don't expect to find the security guards screening our patients. It is our responsibility based on the knowledge that we have gathered throughout our training. I will request that you stand up with your lights in your hands. And because for us as nurses, there is no oath taking without lamp lighting. So I expect you to have your lights in your hands as I remind you about the meaning of the lights that you have in your hands. I know that you have learned about that, but as you exit the system and as you are joining the community of professional nurses, I want you to go and always remember the meaning of the lights that you have in your hands. The lamp is a symbol of those who keep vigil over the sick. It is the symbol of the philosophy of the nursing profession that those who nurse should be a light unto others. It indicates that you are prepared to develop your profession and to practice in the light of the sciences, which are the building blocks of nursing sciences. It confirms that you are prepared to carry out your professional acts in accordance with the legal and ethical codes of your profession. It confirms that you are prepared to care for man in his uniqueness, with knowledge and compassion. It is the symbol that indicates that you are prepared to be the following for those who need help. You are prepared to be the eyes of the blind who are sick, the power of movement of those who cannot move, the hands of those who do not have the strength to care for themselves, the comforter of those who are alone or grieve, the nourisher of those who cannot eat, the protector of those who are helpless and those who are vulnerable, the mind of those who are unconscious, the one who has to ward off hazards threatening the sick, the intermediary between the doctor, other members of the health team, and the patient, the advocate of those who have health problems. It confirms that you as a professional nurse are prepared to submit to the discipline of your profession. It serves as a proof that you are prepared to serve as a role model of your profession. That is the meaning of the lights that you have in your hands. And that is why we expect you to go out there and take blames for the doctors who don't come and see the patients, because you are always there with the patients 24 hours. To take blame of the administrators who does not find the patient's files. and also the long queues in the pharmacies. We know that we are all blamed for that, but this is because of the light that you have today in your hands. And now I want to lead you on the pledge of service. And then I'll request all the nurses who are in this room to stand up as I lead you in the pledge of our service. I will read, and then you will follow. I, Mamare Adelaide Bupape, solemnly pledge my service to myself to the service of humanity, and will endeavor to practice my profession with conscience and with dignity. I will maintain by all the means in my power the honor and the noble traditions of my profession. The total health of my patients will be my first consideration. I will hold in confidence all matters, I'm sorry about that, all personal matters coming to my knowledge. I will not permit consideration of religion, nationality, race, and social standing to intervene between my duty and my patients. I will maintain the utmost respect for my human life. I make these promises solemnly free and upon my honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. Bupape, and congratulations to those who took the oath in the category of Bachelor of Nursing Science. Now, we move into the category of Bachelor of Pharmacy. Are you ready? Okay, well, Professor Nloto is coming forward to walk us through the oath. Thank you.
Oh,
Program Director, DVC Teaching and Learning, Prof. Madaje, DVC Research, Innovation and Partnership, Prof. Jessica Singh, Executive Dean, Prof. Motiba, and also the other two Executive Deans, Prof. Maoto and Prof. Sibanda, that I've seen when we're entering the hall. Mr. the Director of Quality Assurance, Dr. Ngwepe, Director of the School of Medicine, Director of School of Healthcare Sciences, Madam, the MC, Madam Ramatuba, Dr. Ramatuba, fellow HODs, academic staff, support staff, and admin staff, dear parents and distinguished guest students. I'm happy today to present you to the assembly that is here today. And I would like to request this august audience to give you a round of applause. And also to express my warm and heartfelt congratulations to all of you, and especially my pharmacy graduate, but you as well, you are all congratulated. Can you stand and give yourself a round of applause? Okay, thank you. Be seated. To you taking the oath today, I would not want to repeat what has been already said. I would only want to urge you to come back so that you may improve your knowledge. You may go out there and deliver your duties with true knowledge and true expertise. The field of healthcare sciences is getting more and more involved in artificial intelligence and some other disciplines. So please make sure that you come back. You can improve your knowledge in the very same field of pharmacy, or maybe embrace another field, as you know that some of you, you may like maybe to go also and take another qualifications so that you may be more performant in your profession. Please be reminded that in most cases, you will be the only first point of contact, you pharmacists, in the healthcare system. Some of the patients, they won't have time to see the other health professionals, but they may see you. And when they see you, make sure that you give the best of yourself. So be prepared and go there and discharge your duty, being aware of the role that you have to exercise as future pharmacists. I'm saying this, future pharmacists, because you have still the internship year to go, you have the community service to go, and this year of internship, you need to work as hard as you've done for the past 4 years. Okay? So that's why I'm saying that you go there and get prepared. For now, I will invite you to stand and go with me through the oath. The pharmacist oath. In acknowledgement of the ultimate destiny of mankind, and in the presence of my peers, my family, and all other witnesses assembled here today, I, Manimbulu Nloto, solemnly pledge to devote myself to the well-being of humanity and, can I finish? Okay, to devote myself to the well-being of humanity and to the relief of suffering, which I now regard as my calling in life, to obey and maintain the ethical standards of pharmacy. To continuously renew, augment, and improve my knowledge and expertise in order to fulfill the obligation of a pharmacist to uphold the profession of pharmacy as a custodian of medicine and regard medicine as an instrument entrusted to me to protect and improve the quality of life. Not to divulge improperly any personal or confidential matter, directly or indirectly, confided to me by my patients or clients, even after their death, that my primary goal will be to the fulfillment of the demands of my profession, and that neither personal gain or quest for glory will take precedence in the execution of my duty. To cooperate with other health workers, if needs be, to achieve any professional objective and a desired therapeutic outcome, that I have taken this oath voluntarily in full realization of the confidence and the responsibility placed upon me. I now go forth to discharge my duties to the best of my ability and true to dictates of my conscience. Thank you. You may be seated.
Congratulations to the Bachelor of Pharmacy oath takers. Well done to you. And now the next category is Bachelor of Science in Dietetics. Mrs. D. Rabudiba will come and talk us through it, walk us through the whole story. Are you ready for that? Yeah. Good. Welcome.
Dance
Nandile event. Program Director, our resident Program Director, Timudise. Professor Mokhalong, our Vice Chancellor in absentia. Professor Madatse, DVC Teaching and Learning. Professor Singh, DVC Research, Innovation and Partnership. Professor Mutiba, the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Sciences. Professor Sibanda, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Management and Law. Professor Mauto, the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Humanities. Those are the ones that I saw. Professor Sitole, the Director in the School of Healthcare Sciences. Professor Baloi, the Director in the School of Medicine. Dr. Ngwepe, the Director of Quality Assurance. If it wasn't because of him, we wouldn't all be here. All these programs are being quality assured by his unit. MEC of Health, Dr. Ramatuba. Again, if it wasn't because of his leadership, her leadership, will not all of you be here, because he's the one that is providing us with all the training platforms to expose you to both rural and also urban care. Fellow HODs, we know how this road was, from when the students came in up until today when they are moving out. And that is the reason why we are equally jubilating with you. Students who are soon to be colleagues, I guess when you move out of here, because as soon as you are HPCSA registered, we'll soon be calling each other colleagues, but for now, for just this moment, you are still students. Parents, visitors, sponsors, and everybody who's in this hall coming here to support you. And can I also be allowed, Executive Dean, to give special greetings to my paternal aunt? Just wave there. I guess I'm the only one in this hall who has a paternal aunt coming to the oath taking. If we had time, I was going to say, Sha'asirato da, Sarapoko Baseko, but it's okay. Not today, Rahadi. Thank you so much. I'm presenting to you a group of students who qualified to be called dietitians, because they'll soon be registered with HPCSA as dietitians. So they fulfilled all the requirements, they've undergone all the extensive training. Believe you me, BSc Dietetics is one of the degrees that is challenging, but fulfilling at the same time. I guess today we are singing from the same tune. We understand why you had to go through all those things that you went through. And we are confident as lecturers, as management of University of Limpopo, that we have given you all. There's nothing that is missing. We have given you all the competencies that you require to become professionals. Professionals that we expect to be equally ethical. Professionals that were taught to also become leaders. Ms. Dr. Ramatuba, we are presenting to you leaders in dietetics. Hopefully, the challenges that you are currently having in your unit will soon be solved, because we are bringing the best out of the best, from the best pots. So today, fellow colleagues, can you please stand up as we'll be sealing it, sealing your commitment, your professional ethics with the oath. I'm equally requesting all dietitians amongst us, just for you to revive. You know, it is always nicer and better to revive, just in case you're forgotten. So you are also equally invited. So you are going to raise your right hand, and I'm going to read, pause, then you follow. When I say I'm going to mention my name. Please don't mention my name, mention yours, because you are the one who is taking this oath. Thank you. Okay. So the oath is as follows. I, Ditope Anna Rabudiba, herewith solemnly declare that, above all else, my first consideration will be the well-being of my patients. Irrespective of race, gender, religious and political persuasion, affiliation, etc. I will exercise my profession to the best of my knowledge and ability. For the safety and welfare of my patients and for the health and well-being of the community. I will actively guard against all human rights abuses. I will strive for good relationship with my patients based on respect, communication, and trust. I will not improperly divulge any patient's confidence. I will give my patients complete information about their treatment possibilities and maintain the value of informed consent. I will consult with or refer to my colleagues when necessary. I will constantly maintain and improve my professional skills. I will promote ethical standards in community engagement, including research, education, training, and service. I will always uphold the good name and traditions of my university and promote its welfare. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Please do not forget to sign as a graduate, and my plea is, please frame this and keep it in your offices or wherever you are as a constant reminder. Thank you.
Congratulations one more time, and Mayor Rabudiba, thank you very much to you and your colleagues for the work done with the graduates here. Now we come to the category Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. Professor S. Baloe.
Ke a leboha hape sebaka seo o mphileng sona. Thank you very much, Program Director, and the esteemed members who are here to support us. Our esteemed member of the Executive Council for the Ministry of Health in South Africa, Dr. Ramathuba, present here with us, hardworking. We would like to give you a response to one of your requests, which is the oral health, and we say the following. By 2027, this time, we'll also be having the first group of the oral health in the Bachelor of Dental Therapy taking the oath. And by 2028, the first semester graduations will have the first batch of the oral health graduating from the dental therapy. It's in process. A mistake has been done that the oral health was put under the medical or the School of Medicine. It's a mistake because we do not clown there. We want results. So as we are now saying it, and even in front of you, it will happen like that. Now let's come to what we are here for, which is the Hippocratic Oath. I am going to take you back because for you to know where you're going, you should know where you come from. I come from a medical school which was built for us, Medunsa, which has been now, or you now the offspring of Medunsa. Medunsa had in its coat of arms or the emblems, the Caladrius bird, which is the healing bird. Now, from now onwards, the Faculty of Health Sciences students should be known as the Caladrius. The legend of the Caladrius, a bird with prognostic and healing powers, first appeared in the early Indian writings as the Hariduvas, a yellow bird that cured jaundice. In classical Greek mythology, it was a nondescript bird, but in the medieval bestiaries, it became pure white. The Caladrius is used in the coat of arms of the South African Medical and Dental Council, which is now known as the Health Professions Council, and also the Medical University of Southern Africa, which was the Medunsa I come from. This appears to be the bird or the first use of the medically significant bird in modern heraldry. We are resuscitating the Caladrius through you. And the Caladrius, according to the Roman mythology, is a snow-white bird that lives in the king's house. It is said to be able to take the sickness into itself and then fly away, dispersing the sickness and healing both itself and the sick person. That is why you should be now become Caladrius. For you to become a Caladrius, you need to give us the Hippocratic Oath, and we'll request you to stand when you give that solemn oath now, and raise your right hand. To show that you are learned, I'm going to read the first sentence. You are going to continue until the end. As a graduate of the University of Limpopo, I, Shisana Baloyi, do solemnly declare Thank you very much. Congratulations and welcome to the noble profession. Continue to be the light of the nation and be the Caladria's bed we're all waiting to. Thank you.
And thanks once again, Prof. Baloyi, for your remarks. And to the new medical doctors. Okay. Congratulations. We're looking forward to receiving the best healthcare treatment from you going forward. So we'll also be checking. And if for University of Limpopo this, and then you must know we'll be expecting much more from you than from any other doctors. I must make these comments that this is a remarkable affair. It's the third time it's happening here in this hall at this university. The way the students are so happy to be achieving the milestones that you all are. I was talking to the MEC earlier on and asking what used to happen during her days when they were graduating. It was a very solemn affair, actually very scary. And I think that's why many of us did not go to school. Remove, because the Rewa University is a very scary place. Now, I'm going to suggest to the institution, maybe you must do a shortened video, 4 minutes or so, of what happened here with all the dance and the joy, and post it on social media. And let's see, because the MEC said young men these days, for whatever reasons. I think the word that I'm familiar with living in Joburg is what you hear most social media, hustler. People are hustling. But hustler, I have a degree, again. There's nowhere where you can go and say, this is my degree of hustling, or I'm a member of the Hustlers Professional Body. Therefore, can you recognize me and give me an opportunity? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with hustling, but I'm just imagining that many young people, because you live on social media, will be going to YouTube. But hey, did you see that hustling video of the medical students of Limpopo? But Limpopo dianza, particularly those who are still in high school. I don't know, but I'm sure down the line there'll be somebody who says, I would not have considered going to the university, particularly to study in the medical and health field. I did so because it seemed very joyful, it seemed very happy. But of course, you have put the hard work, right? It took 4 years, 6 years for you to be able to dance openly like this. When the opportunities were presented to you to continue partying and the savannah and all that, you had to forgo them. And today you are free to dance as much as you like. So I just felt, did I contribute something? Nyana. So that's a thought that I would like to leave you with. In a few minutes from now, we're going to allow you, I think it's reasonable, but we'll lose time if we have a short comfort break. Will we? Okay, no, we don't need it. 5 minutes full on. That encore ya prof ya elia ya kineilo halor le tswere so that it was more programming. I wasn't happy, we edited the prof. We couldn't really go the whole story. So play all of it. I think it's about 5 minutes or so, I'm assuming. And then we get to the part where we recognize individuals now who have worked really hard and achieved much more than was expected of them. We will be giving prizes away. There's a lot of money that they talk about here. Babang Okarba Lukra, the deposits are in true and so on, it looks like. I'm not sure. Like the MEC said earlier on, as much as you may be in a rush to get married and so on, because at home, what, how to and then or what happens beyond the prize that you are going to get. So, on behalf of the Deputy VC, I'm requesting that song as well before you get straight into the award ceremony. Thank you. Ke a leboha.
Kineile, we talk ngwanaka ke neile o itsope ngwanaka ke neile ngwanake se ke wa felwa ke tshepo o tsebe hore mathata a lefatshe a fele ngwanaka oh 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 tsutako ke ya mang le mang ke setsa o mosadi botshelo bo re tshwaretse tse di bohloko le tse di monate ngwanaka ke setsa o mosadi botshelo bo re tshwaretse tse di bohloko le tse di monate ngwanaka oh
Okay. Nikreleni na go out eat the peanuts jive strong so. Huh? Okay. I'm going to call on the representatives of the following sponsors. For the first category, okay, let me mention all of them first. The sponsors, I want to acknowledge you for being with us this morning. Standard Bank, Absa Private Banking, Spectacle Heart, Donald Silamulela Foundation, PPS, South African Optometry Association, and DENOSA, the Nursing Union. Thank you very much for supporting this ceremony. And for the Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery Awards, Professor Baloy, and if you can stand over there, so when we hand over prizes, I'll call on the representatives of Standard Bank, the representatives of Absa Private Banking, PPS, and Spectacle Heart to please join him over there, because we're going to take pictures when we hand over prizes and so on. Don't we need this backdrop or something? There we go. Standard Bank, are you here? Absa Private Banking, PPS, and Spectacle Heart. I also am calling you up here because I don't want to end up with a story, sir. No, those prizes were not there, it was made up, Standard Bank was not there. They must take responsibility and guarantee the prizes, right? Otherwise, I'll be in trouble, or I promise people things that were never delivered. MEC? I get more as a politic, you know, the genuine story, it must happen, as it said, it's happening now. Okay, let's start with the third placed student in the category of Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery, 2,000 rands from Standard Bank, and a voucher from Spectacle Heart. This goes to M. Kutzer. Okay, well, we'll call him up later on. The second place, 3,000 rands cash prize from Standard Bank, laptop from Absa Private Banking, and that is more for the work done on family medicine, Mapei Z. Thank you. Well, you know what? Let me ask you to stay there for a moment and ask the Deputy VC Singh to Professor Singh to please join them there for a photo. Thank you. Don't go, young ladies, don't go. photographers, where are we? Are we okay? Are we covered? All right. Thank you. Dalebo. Earlier we called on the third placed student, M. Kutzer. Please collect your check for 2,000 rand. Okay, no problem. Are we okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. And now, for the first place student, the voucher from Spectacle Hut, PPS 1,500 plus 5,000 rands from Standard Bank. And the number one position goes to Mohammed H. He's not here? Okay. All right. Without further ado, let's move on to the next category of Bachelor of Science, Medical Sciences. For third place, there's two prizes of 2,000 rands each from Standard Bank and a voucher from Spectacle Hut, and two third place students there, Marmana K and Tima MN. Tima MN and Marmana K. We've got only one. Congratulations. Marmana K and Tima MN, one, give it to two. Well done, well done, well done, well done. Second place, Bachelor of Science, Medical Sciences, 3,000 rands cash voucher from Spectacle Hut and a laptop from Absa Sekobana LL. And the first Prize is 5,000 rands cash from Standard Bank, laptop from Absa Private Banking, and PPS has added 1,500 plus a voucher from Spectacle Heart and Makula 80. Makula 80. The next category is going to be Bachelor of Pharmacy. Professor Loto, if you can please join them. Third position is 2,000 rands from Standard Bank, and Amalgamated Pharmacies have put in 500 rands as well. Voucher Spectacle Heart and M. Mabaso. The second position carries 3,000 rands cash from Standard Bank, laptop, Absa Private Banking, 800 rands Amalgamated Pharmacies and voucher from Spectacle Heart, and W. Zobo. The first prize carries 5,000 rand Standard Bank, laptop, Absa Private Banking, PPS 1,500, Amalgamated Pharmacies 1,000, and it goes to RC Mudise. Disclosure, I was not at all involved in determining the outcome of the awarding of the prizes. Congratulations. That's in the category of Bachelor of Pharmacy. We're moving to Bachelor of Optometry. Dr. Sukati, if you can step over. And in the Bachelor of Optometry, we have a tie at position 3. The prize is 2,000 rands cash from Standard Bank, 500 from Amalgamated Pharmacies, and the South African Optometric Association has also donated a textbook of 500 rands, voucher from Spectacle Heart, and Ndo E. and M. Maditlaba. The second position receives 3,000 rands cash, Standard Bank, laptop, Absa Private Banking, 800 from Amalgamated Pharmacies, 1,000 rands textbook, voucher from Spectacle Heart, M.E. Moroka. The first place, Standard Bank, 5,000 rands cash, laptop, Absa Private Banking, PPS 1,500, Amalgamated Pharmacies 1,000, 1,500 textbook from SAOA, that's the South African Optometric Association, and a voucher from Spectacle Heart, O.A. Shoniwa. Congratulations. The next category is the Bachelor of Science Dietetics. Me Rabu Diba. You can go over there. The third, Amalgamated Pharmacies, plus a voucher from Denosa. The voucher from Spectacle Heart, and Denosa is also giving a laptop bag, and it goes to P. Mchweni. P. Mchweni. Whoa, 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 whoa. I jumped the gun. So, well, as much as I've jumped the gun, we continue, I'm told. Sorry, no, continue, man, sorry. Continue. Come and receive your prize. Man, we are in the category of nursing sciences. There's no...
X-Men looking at me funny, and I got you. I'm telling you my swing to bird. I'm different thing funny to bird. Yazo song marang nanda ba. put you on wanangawunyala thengele nemoto namanje singayilanda sifike naphesheya sidla imali emalanda baby wami masidlela nomono makhelwane next week better tell him it's more than love desihlanganisile olayi mele super bheke wena wedwa never look back ayihlale phansi ithobele umthetho cause you know I want you ngithatha ungibeke
And we've got two second place students in this category, and the prize 3,000 rands from Standard Bank, 800 from Amalgamated Pharmacies, and a voucher from Spectacle Heart. Leotwe TL Ramonyai NO
uthanda mina phela kungashinthi yangisanganisa singanqoba nebhisi ngayihlanganisa ukhona ukuthiza ngathi ngidlile ungenza ngiphile ngithatha ungibeke ngeke ebasihlukanisa uthando lugcwele ngicela ubapheke izitele owuzigcwele ungavumi izingene ngathi ngikuse ngathi ngikuse ngathi ngikuse uthando lakho lumenza angicabanga wena njalo sengaba novalo oh baby lalela isikhalo awusathenge I know uthando lami luzokhula njalo ngoba nami ngijabula.
And now for the first place, Standard Bank 5,000 rands, laptop from Absa Private Banking, PPS 1,500, Amalgamated Pharmacies 1,000 rands, plus a voucher from Spectacle Heart. Koza J.
Young cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast. Shayo, Shayo, Choco bow for the result, nothing to discuss, cause I did win by default and without any doubt. I'm a me happy adult, I no go feed the girl, it's out. I'm a mind that's with the talk, I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love, I know holy and I know that get both like the Baba Frayo.
Thank you. Congratulations. And back to the Bachelor of Science Dietetics. May Rabudiba, if you can please join them there. And the third place has got two recipients, 2,000 rands each from Standard Bank, Amalgamated Pharmacies 500 rands, plus a voucher from Spectacle Heart. M. Malachi. M. Madibano.
Sengizokhengela umbambayo udule indaba zangani bona uzombona njalo uzombona njalo uzombona tembala njalo uzombona njalo uzombona tembala njalo uzobona njalo phela wami uphethe ingalanga into ongayazi uphethe inyakanya indoni yamazi lesisiphalaphala noma benzonda bembeka amabala.
Second place, 3,000 rands cash, laptop, Absa Private Banking, 800 Amalgamated Pharmacies, a voucher from Spectacle Heart, PS Dolo. PS Dolo. First place, 5,000 rands from Standard Bank, laptop, Absa Private Banking, PPS 1,500, Amalgamated Pharmacies 1,000, and Spectacle had a voucher. M. Mahlachi. M. Mahlachi. Thank you. Now, I'm going to call on the deputy VCs to remain where you are, and then ask the executive deans to join you, as well as the MEC to join you where you are. We are going to recognize two overall winners, and thereafter it will be a photo opportunity for those who placed first with the leadership of the institution and of healthcare that we have in the province, and thereafter we'll be about to close the event. The overall best student in the School of Healthcare Sciences. This is for purposes of recognition. Yeah, I was there, I did what I did. Recognition, right? Because it matters as well. A lot, actually. Right? Not more than House of Graduate, but it matters. RC Mudise, the overall best student.
Khona wetaminyata sebenza ukho ngishoda ngemali kodwa masithandana uhlala ngenza plan ufuna ingoma ngiyocula ezinani Sohlala ngenza
Thank you. The overall best student in the faculty is H. Mohammed. We have just a moment because I'm going to call the number ones so that we can take pictures with you. Sorry. I'd say so we had Mohammed H as one in the Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery. It's not here. And then Bachelor of Science, Medical Sciences, A.T. Makula, please come forward. Bachelor of Pharmacy, Mutisa RC, come forward. Bachelor of Optometry, Shoniwa, OA. M. Matlachi, Bachelor of Science, Dietetics. Bachelor of Nursing Science, J. Koza. That's a group photo with Congratulations. So, these are the top students by each category. Thank you very much. There is a photo opportunity for yourselves on an individual basis with your prizes. We will ask you to come forward and stand in front of the branding there so your pictures can be taken, and then you can put them on Facebook, you can put them wherever you want to and tell the world. Now, I wanted to make the following remarks before I call on Professor Mutiba, the Executive Dean, Faculty of Health Sciences, I beg your pardon, to give a vote of thanks. Now, there is a special recognition award here from the Bongani Mayosi Foundation. The prize money is 15,000 rands. Now, the person who's the recipient of this is H. Mohammed, and he's not here. But recognize the fact, because somebody will say, yeah, Mara, what happened to the Bongani Mayosi thing? Because they never touched on it. We have to announce it. See, because we operate like transparency, whether a person is there or not. The MEC, let's go to ethics and other things, it includes being open about what's going on. And some of us come from the media, will be speculating and said, what happened to that 15,000? They didn't say anything, and then the next thing, we want a newsroom Africa. There was a ceremony, 15,000 rands disappeared. It was never mentioned. Congratulate your colleague, guys, as your peer, please. Now, we are coming to the end of the ceremony. We'll be making a couple of announcements before we wrap up, but vote of thanks coming from Professor Mutiba, the Executive Dean, Faculty of Health Sciences.
Zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana
ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami ilondoloze 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 zungangishilana ilondoloze ilondoloze.
Wow. What a ceremony. I'm happy for everyone. The Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of Limpopo, Professor Matlo Mokgalong in absentia, DVC Teaching and Learning, Professor Madadze, DVC Research, Innovations and Partnerships, Prof. Singh, Director of Quality Assurance. We call him Inspector of the University, the Inspector, speak there. Dr. Ngwepe, Executive Deans who are here, Prof. Maudu and Prof. Sibanda, HODs who led the oath-taking for each program, lecturers, administrators, our own Honorable MEC of Health, Dr. Popira Matuba, and all colleagues from the Department of Health, Limpopo, Faculty of Health Sciences, final year students, parents, sponsors, and distinguished guests. Good afternoon. Macheroni, Tobela, Abushen, good, yeah. Okay, before you laugh your lungs out, it is my honor on behalf of the University of Limpopo Executive Management led by our own Vice Chancellor and Principal. I deem it a great honor for me and privilege to give my heartfelt vote of thanks to everyone in this hall, including our final year students in all Faculty of Health Sciences programs who brought us here today and have taken oath in front of everyone to confirm that they will serve the South African citizens with integrity, honesty, and openness, and lastly, behave in an ethical way. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Vice Chancellor and his team, including, I will cite Dr. Ngwepe, who is a quality assurer, to make sure that we offer the programs as accredited, for their continuous support, providing guidance on how the Faculty of Health Sciences offers their programs in order to produce, listen to this one, to produce competent health professionals. Competent health professionals. In Limpopo, in the University of Limpopo. When I'm saying in Limpopo, I'm referring to Department of Health, Limpopo, University of Limpopo, Faculty of Health Sciences. We produce competent health professionals. A special thanks goes to DVC, Teaching and Learning, Prof. Madaje, for delivering a welcome address today on behalf of the Vice Chancellor. We are grateful for our Professor Lekalakala Mukaba for opening the ceremony with a word of God. Thank you very much. No wonder the program ran smoothly and we are finishing on time as scheduled. Thank you, Prof. I would like to thank again Professor Shisana Baloi, who will always say, Mudimu uphala baloi, for having welcomed everyone and having highlighted the important contemporary issues in healthcare. We thank you, Prof. I also want to thank Prof. Sithole for highlighting the purpose of the day. And one thing that he emphasized, you must be ethical. You must be ethical. Being ethical, kuruna le molao. How sebi, how treat the patients in another way round. You doing everything in order. Be ethical. I like to thank our Honorable MEC of Health in Limpopo for her continuous and constant support that she gives or provides to the University of Limpopo, Faculty of Health Sciences, by allowing our students to be taught the clinical skills in the health facilities in the province without questioning. And in her keynote address, he gave several scenarios. And those scenarios are real scenarios. And I want to emphasize that I don't want to hear that one of our University of Limpopo students are doing what the MEC was narrating. Because this is what we hear when we, walk in corridors. As a light to this faculty, I agree your head, and as it's a light of everybody, as a light of this faculty, I don't want to hear that you have done what the MEC was narrating, allocating security guards to work as triage professionals. Don't do that. Don't shout to our grannies who have got BPs. I don't want to add anything, but please, I don't want to hear any one of you in 2 weeks, 2 months to come doing that. Please behave in an ethical manner. The directors of school, I will repeat, professors, HODs, lecturers, admin staff under the leadership of Ms. Mate, I would like to thank you
for making the day a success. A special thanks goes to people who worked behind the scenes to make sure that the event is a success. That is the University Marketing and Communication Division under the leadership of Ntate Kgomoeswana. Thanks to parents for gracing this day and their hard, solid support to these students throughout the years of training, which I believe is not easy. It's appreciated. Thank you, parents and sponsors. A word of heartfelt appreciation goes to all the sponsors who donated the prizes to our best performing students. Thank you very much. Do it again in 2024. Thank you. Please. I would like to once more congratulate all our students who took oath. Clap hands for yourselves. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to record my heartfelt thanks to our in-house program director, as Ditope has indicated, Mr. Tim Mudise, for work well done in directing the program. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thanks, Prof, for your remarks. And I just want to conclude by saying every student who's here today, who took the oath, reflect for a moment about what transpired over the past few years in your life. I'll tell you something. You displayed discipline. It takes a lot of discipline to reach the point that you have reached. And you can only be an achiever if you are also dedicated to a cause. You came here to learn, you came here to achieve something. You can hold your head up high, knowing that over the past few years that some of your friends who did not know who you'll get to where you are now will now know who you are, because you dedicated yourself with discipline. Many people, young people, even elderly people, live in a dream world. One day ke tla etsa so. One day ke tla nna this. One day that. One day most of the time never comes. Your one day arrived today. So pat yourself on the back. And again, the leadership that's here that doubled up not only as your teachers, lecturers, professors, but as your parents as well. Thank you for looking after this young cohort of South Africans. We appreciate very much. In where I come from, there's this expression, and I know it's common to all communities in South Africa. We like to say, "Re batho ka wena." You can say it differently. "Re batho ka wena," and "motho ke motho ka batho." I guess we are familiar with that. So wherever you come from, when you go back there, don't get too confused and arrogant. Now, mama. Hey, I can see what is bachelor in but she's here now. So we are proud of you. Many people will be proud of you and live up to the expectations and the words of the Professor Mutiba and the MEC when they spoke earlier on. That's what we expect from you, right? And what, but we'll be very disappointed a person is educated, maru behave in an uncivilized manner. What was the point of education if it could not civilize you? Because that's another side. So, announcements. The parents, we're going to show you respect as always, expected from the educated students here. You are going to be allowed to leave first from this center, right? So no one is going to rush out and interfere with you and so on as we leave the the ceremony. Number two, the students who obtained all the positions, number one in particular, the photographers asked me, or you should come more, come and take your individual pictures. They are on standby to do that. Come with your prizes and have your memory etched forever in those pictures, right? And then number three, I think the leadership will leave first, right? Before the students. Besides, DJ will it's already telling they cut you man, they cut you at the wrong time. So and I'm merely reiterating what has been said before. Our guests, the sponsors, thank you very much for your generosity and also your presence here. What more can I say except to thank the institution for creating opportunities for yourselves, and then MEC and then I can't fail for the degree. So I wish you well and have a safe Christmas and behave, enjoy yourselves. Let's meet again in the new year, and all the best to you. May God bless South Africa.